How's it going, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to quite a sad video, actually. Yeah, there's been a lot of news recently, and obviously I haven't uploaded on the channel in a while, but today we've got a bit of a different video. Let's get straight into this. Some heartbreaking news. So if you've been living under a rock recently, you may have noticed that Telltale Games is actually beginning a full studio closure and has laid off around 225 of their employees out of 250 that they have. This also involves cancelling basically all the game series they had planned and are also working on. This occurred on the 21st September on Twitter, and it reads out as: "Today Telltale Games made the difficult decision to begin a majority studio closure following a year marked by insurmountable challenges. A majority of the company's employees were dismissed earlier this morning, with a small group of 25 employees staying on to fulfill the company's obligations to its boards and partners." CEO Pete Hawley has issued the following statement: "It's been an incredibly difficult year for Telltale as we work to set the company on a new course." Yeah, blah blah blah, basically. Yeah, this tweet was released on the 21st September. I have notifications on for Telltale Games, so I saw it straight away and instantly was pretty bummed out, actually. I was very upset about this. Obviously reading into it more and looking at it over the past few days, there's clear reasons why it's gone downhill, and we'll discuss that in this video. But starting off with the statement that was released here, they had 250 employees and 225 of them were laid off without any warning, and were given no warning at all, and were literally laid off with no severance pay, no kind of pay for anything. They were just fired basically and left jobless and unemployed. And a lot of unpaid work as well. Many of the employees actually worked overtime to fit constant deadlines. A tweet by one of the workers named Brandon Sibenka, he said, "I got laid off by Telltale Games. None of my sleepless nights or long hours on weekends trying to ship a game on time got me severance today. Don't work overtime unless you're paid for it, y'all. Protect your health, companies don't care about you." Yeah, so like I said, he's been doing all this overtime work, all this work, constantly meeting deadlines, and he's not even getting paid for it. None of the 225 employees are getting paid for it. Fortunately, many other game companies have been kind enough to offer many of these people's jobs and send them links to job applications on their website. Companies like Epic Games, PlayerUnknown's, you also got Halo as well, Bungie. Many companies have vouched in for them, and you know what, maybe that's a good thing if this is how Telltale Games is treating their employees, and just laying them off without any kind of warning, without any kind of pay, or with nothing basically. Then maybe it's a good thing that they're getting laid off, and hopefully they can find a better career at this point. It's great that the kind of community has gotten hold of this, and straight away people are issuing new kind of job opportunities for these people who have unfortunately lost their jobs. And I feel sorry for them the most, not the loss of the company itself, but for the workers like Brandon has said, who've worked tirelessly every single night and come out with it with nothing practically. It's a real shame. Moving on, a small group of 25 employees are staying on to fulfill the company's obligation currently is Minecraft story mode for Netflix. That's what they're keeping, guys. The rest of these game series, The Wolf Among Us Season 2, finishing The Walking Dead, off the table, but no, we've got Minecraft, boys. We're sorted. Fortunately, not all hope is lost. There's been a tweet recently maybe giving a bit of hope and shedding a bit of light on The Walking Dead, the final season. It reads as: "Hi everyone, we have a Walking Dead update for you. Multiple potential partners have stepped forward to express interest in helping to see the final season through to completion. While we can't make any promises today, we are actively working towards a solution that will allow episodes 3 and 4 to be completed and released in some form. In the meantime, episode 2 will release tomorrow, which is today, across all platforms as planned. The Walking Dead is its main game, and it would be horrible for Clementine's story and the whole Walking Dead story to finish so abruptly. So, you know, I'm really glad about that. But yeah, taking a step back and really looking at why this company is now going into full closure, things start to become much more evident, and you can really see why it's gone so downhill. So if we pull up the Walking Dead's game list since 2012, obviously they had games before that, but 2012 was when The Walking Dead was released, and that was where their major success came from, really. That's what sparked their whole company, and is critically acclaimed and went down absolutely amazing. My favourite game, by far, absolutely my favourite game ever, easily. So since 2012, you've got The Wolf Among Us, which was a brilliant game. Once again, similar to The Walking Dead, went down extremely well with fans everywhere. It was an amazing game. Season 2 of The Walking Dead was a reasonably good game, didn't quite live up to The Walking Dead Season 1, but was still a very good game. Also, Tales from Borderlands, I never played personally, but I believe went down very well, and a lot of people enjoyed that game. And after that, it's really kind of a decline. I know Batman was that was mixed actually. Batman was very mixed between many people. But after that, yeah, quite a downward slope really. You have Game of Thrones, which was just terrible, absolutely awful. God, it was so bad. The Walking Dead was shown as well. Terrible. I remember playing that for my channel, and it was just awful. It was so boring, and it literally felt pointless. Everything I did felt pointless. It was such a terrible game. Obviously, there two of probably the worst games they've made. Like, they did go down just horribly, like absolutely horribly. Season 3 of The Walking Dead was okay, but once again, moving on to my next point of why The Walking Dead isn't as good as it is now, is because they're constantly introducing new characters, and they're never giving us time to build. They're never building on what the foundation was. If you look back at The Walking Dead Season 1, how many characters from that season are now in Season 3 actually? How many of them are in Season 3? Just one. Season 3, we're basically left with a whole new story, and we're left with just Clementine, who we meet later on. Clementine is obviously a very big character and a beloved character as well, but I feel like the other characters, the side characters, are absolutely just as important, and Telltale were just constantly introducing us to all these new characters. Season 3 genuinely just feels like a filler season, because I don't see how we're going to see any of those people like Javi. I don't see how that's going to link into the final season, and the final season is not guaranteed to be fully released yet. The next 2 episodes anyway. Episode 2 was released yesterday, and I'm still yet to play it yet, but if it's going to get cancelled, then I'm not going to play it, obviously. So you can just see it's a downwards decline, and another point being the game engine has stayed the same for so long. I'm pretty sure it was only recently updated. They had no physics. If they wanted to do something based with physics, it was a very long process from what I've read. But their engine, yeah, is really not been keeping up. Like, in 2012, it was quite impressive, but we're talking about 2018 now, and the games, well, 2017, Season 3 was still looking like Season 1. And you look at games now like Detroit Become Human, and it's an absolutely beautiful game with so many different choices and endings, which The Walking Dead lacks. Yet at the start of the game it will say this game tailors to your choices, which is an absolute lie, because either way in the end you do get just about the same ending. Season 3 kind of veered more towards a different ending, because you could have different characters who died, different ones who lived, but still, it was still a similar ending. So there's all these issues collectively. Just I can see why it's caused them to this is why no one wants to buy the games. No one wants to buy a game where you're gonna get the same outcome each time. You could literally just watch a YouTuber play it, and then what's the point? There's no fun in experiencing it for yourself, because it's just going to be exactly the same as everybody else. Maybe a few little changes here and there, but nothing major. And I feel like that's really where that's why people aren't buying the games, and that's why they're in the position that they're in now, unfortunately. It really does sadden me, because Telltale, like I said, are probably my favourite game company, and The Walking Dead Season 1 was my favourite game ever. It still is. I still play it from time to time just to go through it, and it was a brilliant game. It's really, really unfortunate, and I hope Clementine's story doesn't get abruptly ended like this. I really hope that other companies will finish it. I think we all just need to pray at this point that it doesn't just get dropped like that, because that would really, really suck. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Sorry if it was a bit long-winded. I try my best to keep it somewhat concise. But yeah, hopefully back to somewhat regular uploading. I'll upload a updates video next and just kind of update everyone on what's going on, really. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Please do leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. See ya.